Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Pro Wrestling Logic YouTube channel and the uh, November 9th, 1991 edition of Superstars of Wrestling Review. Sid Justice talks about being incapacitated, talks about wanting to get even, and he will eventually do so. But his arm is out of commission for a bit. Jake Roberts is in a compromised position here, or puts his opponent in one, actually. So, few short elbows and shots to the face of his opponent. And then we see a rather large snake there, longer than average on the cover, at least it looks like. And then we get the review of the shocking experience, no pun intended, of Bret Hart from last week. The Mountie basically says that Bret got what he deserved, and he has no problem with taking Bret to task for the Intercontinental Championship. Then we move into Virgil against an enhancement talent. Virgil still your $1 million champion, off the win at SummerSlam, and we see quite a few shots by Virgil. Virgil hits a neckbreaker. Virgil hits a $1 million dream and gets a victory. We see the debut vignette for the Repo Man. Repo Man breaks into someone's car. He says what is his is what's yours is mine, and what's mine is mine too. Something like that, actually inverted. What's mine is mine, and what's yours is mine too. Ric Flair promises to get rid of all the members of Piper's team at the Survivor Series. Says he has the best team ever to be assembled. Warlord wearing his platelet of armor and has the W spear. Flair is very sure that he has the team of all teams, and he is not the least bit worried about any sort of issue there. Anyway, we see the Bulldog go after a power slam on Slick. Slick is eliminated at this point from the WWF for a while. Harvey Wippleman changes to managing the Warlord post this. Slick actually, I believe, goes and becomes a real-life minister after all the years of being called the Dr. Style. He goes on to become a minister for a little while. Does come back to the WWF in 1990, late 92, early 93. Anyway, so Harvey Wippleman very happy with his new charge. Warlord manages to hit some punches, kicks, and eventually a very mean full Nelson, followed by some clotheslines, gut-wrench suplex, and all that follows. We go to the event center. The Beverly Brothers and the Nasty Boys promise to take care of the Bushwhackers and the Rockers. Nasties are not impressed with the Rockers, and Beverlys are not impressed with the Bushwhackers under any circumstance. We move into Ric Flair and Jim Neidhart, which is the main match of the week. Neidhart manages to get a few arm wringers and really basic moves on Flair. This is meant to be a kind of showcase match for Flair and break off Neidhart into a mini feud. We'll get there at the end of the match. Neidhart doesn't look good here at all. Flair actually hits a flying cross body and almost gets a victory on a cross body, which that'll show you how weak all that is. Anyway, Flair works over the leg and eventually gets a figure 4 leg lock and submission victory over Neidhart. As Neidhart is leaving the ringside area, he gets jumped by the Beverly Brothers. By early 92, Neidhart is tagging with Owen Hart, and they kind of go off with the Beverly Brothers for a little bit. So this is kind of there. Beverly Brothers are in there with an enhancement team that is intended to make them look good. Belly-to-belly suplex. Really well done by one of the Beverleys. They do some double team maneuvers. Also throw the enhancement talent into his own corner. Hit the greetings from Shaker Heights. And eventually get a victory there. The Gravest Challenge Hogan and Undertaker talked about. Hogan admits to this being a big challenge, but he's not scared. He will not back down, and does the double bicep pose. The Undertaker wants to take the Soul and the championship coming Thanksgiving evening, and we have other hype for the Survivor Series ongoing. They talk about the other four-man matches. Bret Hart and the Bulldog and Roddy Piper and Virgil all have difficulty over who's going to talk. They all successfully navigate talking about their soon-to-be future opponents at the Survivor Series in a really short 2-minute promo. The Undertaker is out next. He is meant to and successfully navigates punch, kick, and clothesline and tombstone piledriver on Major Yates, his opponent. Really quick done match, as in literally less than 2-3 minutes. Undertaker looks good going into his match with Hogan in a couple of weeks. Obviously, now the team of four that was originally the LOD, Sid Justice and the Big Boss Man, down to just LOD and Boss Man. Sid Justice has been eliminated due to a bicep injury, and they start to navigate in interviews for the return of Randy Savage, which Jack Tunney eventually turns down, but the advocation is there. We'll be back with more right after this.